LGBTQRSTUV, I'm gay! A lot of things have happened since the last time I posted. I didn't post last week because I was too busy studying for my GED, which I passed. And of course, yesterday was Thanksgiving. Boy, am I thankful for free speech. Hashtag why I stayed emerged. You already know what I think about that. And of course, Lil Peep died. Death to the patriarchy, am I right? I know, I'm a grade A a-hole. You know, it's sad when anybody dies, so my condolences. I hope you all now choose to acknowledge the dangers of drugs. That's not gonna happen. So let's get on with the salty circus part of the video. Of course, I've got Harley here. She is a grade A feminist. We're all getting A's here. LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ community. I have a bone to pick with you. Otherwise, this wouldn't be any of my business. But you literally want me to pay for your secret underage sex change in Oregon and blame my sexuality for your oppression. So all of a sudden, it does become my business. I have never been more insulted than when a lesbian proclaims her love to me in high school in art class, except for that time I was working and someone assumed that I was left-wing. Excuse me? Did you just assume my party? Disclaimer, I have a lot of gay friends. No, I don't hate gays, or wish any evil upon them, or anyone for that matter. This is strictly going to be focusing on two subspecies of the LGBTQ. Non-binary and trans. Already, that's... I'm gonna be taking an army of rainbow people and turning them against each other using their own statements. BBC! Gotta love BBC! They're always right. Actually, they're quite obviously very, very left. So let's watch.
So what's going on down there?
None of your business.
Well, your secretly underage sex change in Oregon would beg to differ. My taxes pay for your bedroom shenanigans.
It's this fixation to know they have to know because what they see is unclear.
People don't even bother to ask me. They sort of forcibly tell me in the street, you've got this genitalia.
And they can just go along and walk past people in the street and just sort of tick off like...
Vagina, penis.
Vagina, penis,
Ooh,
and
I feel
like...
less anxious now.
Listen, our anxieties are none of your business. That being said, no, that's not what makes us anxious. What does make us anxious is a job, family, paying taxes to pay for your secret underage sex change in Oregon. Oh, that's gonna get really old.
Your genitals have nothing to do with your gender anyway.
Yeah. Then how did Caitlyn Jenner win Woman of the Year? Even though every cell in his body says that he's a man. Oh yeah, because he damn near castrated himself to assume the genitalia of what? Of a what? A woman. Oh.
Those two organs don't identify your whole life, and they shouldn't.
Well, then your BS pronouns shouldn't either. It's really a bit excessive now, guys.
That's so trendy right now. Hashtag gender fluid.
I can see this person.
I mean, look at this coat.
I'm just like hip and down with the kids, you know?
Are you being serious? I can't tell. But I can tell for sure that is a dude and for sure that is a girl.
Non-binary is like a term that people can use where I don't want to identify as male or female.
I don't identify with having a gender because I found it really restrictive.
And assigning yourself the narrative of being non-binary isn't. The only time you can be not restricted to something, ever, is if you become the entire universe. The entire universe is not restricted to... Oh wait, it is! It's restricted to being the entire universe!
It's complex. I don't know, some non-binary people identify as transgender, others don't.
Okay, so it's not complex at all. It's just a matter of identifying as whatever you want.
What toilet do you use?
I kind of find myself having a breakdown about that on the daily.
If that's your biggest issue, some non-straight people in the Middle East might think you're rather privileged. Because they stress a lot about what execution method is going to be less painful. and quickest.
Don't like to go in the male toilets at all because it's like I will be looked at, people think I'm a pervert.
I will use male toilets unless I feel unsafe.
I know that I definitely don't feel safe in a men's bathroom.
Yeah, well, what about grew up to be a disappointment Caillou who just admitted that people think he's a pervert? He obviously doesn't make other people feel safe. That's really selfish, not considering anybody else.
But were you born a man or a woman?
I mean, what is a man and what is a woman?
Well, why don't you ask your transgender friends? Let's move over now. It's okay. The rest of that video was straight trash. Or gay trash.
When did you decide to be transgender?
Whoa, you're an Argonian from Skyrim. Level 20 Argonian Archmage.
When did you decide to be a human being?
Well, I think I just woke up one day in 2008 and thought, oh, this will be a laugh.
I don't think you decide to be transgender, do you?
It's there, you know, you discover it.
Yeah, much like when you discovered you're Dragonborn.
Have you had the op?
Have you had the op?
Daily. Daily people ask you that, all the time.
Well, I had quite a few of them. Which are we referring to?
Exactly, and that's the thing. You know, those old tropes that they have in the media about sex swap, sex op, the surgery. I mean, if you talk to any trans person, or even if you Google it, you'll know that, you know, there's no just one surgery, you know, to have.
It's actually a series of 5 operations for guys. So the op is so decades ago now.
Yeah, but you know exactly what we're talking about, so don't play dumb.
When people ask me, so when are you getting it? You know, la 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 la, then I'm like, you know what? I can do it tomorrow. Give me the money. Yeah. Give me the money, let's do it.
Ah, I see your speech skills are a little bit higher than most Argonians. Better drink a haggling potion just in case.
Which bathroom do you use?
Which bathroom do you use? That's funny.
The clean one.
Oh my God, if I had to go into a men's bathroom, I'd die.
I've recently, at Westminster, had to fight for about a year to try and get gender-neutral toilets.
Oh, is that you?
Mm-hmm.
High five. Well done.
There is a debate going on at the moment which is completely ludicrous because you can't expect like a girl to walk into the guys or a guy to walk into the girls, and it's just, I think it's really dehumanizing.
It really is.
No, it's not. I just don't need my 9-year-old daughter being peered at through the stall by a 45-year-old man, gay or not.
Okay, go.
Are you a drag queen?
No!
Are you a drag queen? Well, nobody's paying me.
There's a definite difference between a transvestite and a transsexual.
Transvestites, that's somebody who maybe dresses up in the clothes that are associated with the other gender, so maybe a boy who likes dressing up in girls' clothes.
Ha! So there is 2. There's only one or the other.
The other gender, the other gender.
Can I feel your boobs? Really?
No one's ever asked you that.
I think they see it like, do you know if you know a guy and he starts going to the gym and he gets really big arms off of going to the gym and you go like, oh my God, you're getting really muscly. I think they see it like that.
No, we don't. Because we can tell the difference between an arm and a boob. Much like you can obviously tell the difference between, you know, female and male genitalia. Which, kudos to you. That's awesome. At least you can understand that. Unlike your non-binary friends over there.
It happened to me. It happened to me that somebody just, then I just grabbed their dicks, I pulled them up and I was like, dude, I can I'll break your hand.
And then fusro you off a mountain.
I never know what to call them.
I never know what to call them, he, she, they.
You call that person however they are presenting themselves, however they desire to be presented.
Well, why don't you just ask?
Ask the person.
Don't ask the question. It's not an appropriate question to ask.
I mean, what is a man and what is a woman?
Ladies, and lizard folk. I have a solution. No one say anything to anyone ever. That way, no one is ever going to be offended again. I mean, you're kind of already pushing that, right? In safe spaces.
Ask the person. Trust me, they will not be offended, or they shouldn't be offended.
Really?
Really?
You hear that, guys? Your own team just limited you. Should and shouldn't, those are very restricting words.
Do you think you'll ever go back?
I need to go forwards first.
Do you think you'll ever go back?
Hell no. Look at me, of course I'm not going to go back. Well, go back to what? Being a boy?
What is a boy?
And what is a woman?
If gender is just a social construct, then why change yourself physically?
I wasn't less of a woman the day before I had the surgery than I was the day after I had the surgery.
Then why have the operation?
I am out and proud of being trans. T-R-A-N-S. I'm trans. Get over it.
It's not the fact that you're trans. I don't care. It's the fact that you expect everyone to go along with it. You expect my tax dollars to pay for your secret underage sex change in Oregon. You're expecting everyone to go along with it, even if they're not comfortable with it, or they don't register you or recognize you as a boy or as a girl, or whatever you're choosing to identify as. We don't have to cater to your needs. Get over it. Same goes for the people in the non-binary video. You all act like such different people shunned by society, but the grass isn't any greener on the other side. Take Blair White, for example. She's trans, and yes, I call her she because I register as a girl. She looks like a girl. Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner doesn't really look or sound like a girl to me. Blair White, who is trans, she says, coming out as someone with any set of beliefs that are not perfectly far left is more dangerous than coming out as trans these days. Basically, saying that you're conservative, you're in deep doo-doo. Don't believe me? Well, watch this. Blair White tried to walk around Hollywood wearing a Trump hat and got her hand stomped on, alcohol splashed in her face. I don't know what that's like, but I would imagine that burns the crap out of your eyes. What is it with SJWs and hats, guys? Hey, I know you're a feminist, but I need this hat. I need this hat to make fun of you. It's just a hat. Get over it! LGBT, you have started a war amongst yourselves, along with anyone who has a different opinion than you. You are no more victims than we are, and you are no more oppressors than you claim us to be. Stop it, and subscribe. I'll leave all those links down in the video's description. Definitely don't hesitate to comment. I know you want to say something to me really bad. And with that, we bid you all adieu.
Really?